In the past week, I've been testing out the new Google Pixel 6a, and I wanted to share with you what my experiences have been using it. You might want to stay till the end to hear what I have to say. I will review everything I don't like about the phone and see if it outweighs what I like about it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Ben. Today, I'll be showing you how the Google Pixel 6a fits in my everyday life. With the price tag being half the price of many flagship phones nowadays, is the quality half as bad or is it surprisingly good? I'll be taking you with me as I film a day in the life review of the phone as I use it every day this week. So you'll be seeing firsthand how this phone fits into my daily routine. Just a quick disclaimer before I proceed. I bought the phone with my own money, and this phone is not sponsored, so you know it's a true unbiased opinion. I ordered the phone on the Google Store on the day it was announced to the public. I picked the sage color, which is a two-tone shade of green. You can also get it in chalk, aka white, and charcoal, aka black. Now let's go on and see how the Pixel 6a fits in my everyday life. What I like to do to kickstart my day is run and head to the nearest trail to get my steps in. So I'll be doing just that. Hey Google, remind me to pick up groceries at 12:30. Well, dang. The Google Pixel 6a doesn't support wireless charging, and I get it. Google had to cut corners to produce a budget phone, but practically speaking, it can be an inconvenience, especially in these times where everything should feel as seamless as possible. I previously was using the iPhone 13 Pro as my daily driver, and I found myself charging wirelessly during most of the time while I'm sleeping, when I'm at my work desk, or even when driving in the car. I found it really convenient to just have my phone charge while I'm doing something else. I get it. It's a budget phone, but I think if they're really trying to cut corners, wireless charging capability shouldn't be one of them. My personal take is, you might discourage certain type of consumers who already have wireless chargers and don't want them going unused. Let's continue on with our day, shall we? Hey Google, set a 45-minute timer. That was a good run, but I usually try to walk 5 minutes to cool down. I think I should be sweating a little more than usual. While doing that, I think it would be a perfect time to snap some shots and try the camera out. The Google Pixel 6a comes with almost an identical camera system similar to other Pixel 6 phones. Though, minus the telephoto lens, it also comes with a slightly less megapixel on its primary lens. Still, these shots surprisingly came out great. To most users, I think the quality will come close to many high-end phones. For a phone that costs just $450 to have a camera quality this nice, compared to many phones twice its price, I think it's pretty impressive. Having a good quality camera is very important, whether it's just a silly picture or one that's for a big occasion. You want to make sure that your phone can take the best picture possible. So that's always something to consider whenever you buy a phone. And the Google Pixel 6 ticks that box. So, if your buying decision is heavily influenced by the camera, then you don't really need to spend close to $1,000. This budget phone does the job for just half that price. Though I did notice a slight lag in the processing speeds when editing videos in post, like when adding filters, cropping, and so on. But this is a budget phone, so you have to look at the device differently when judging its performance. To be honest, the lagging speed is not all that bad, and it's definitely bearable, even if you don't have much patience, and I'm not one of those. All in all, I think its camera is one of the reasons to buy the Pixel 6a. For a lesser price, you get a high-end camera system, and the same picture processing AI you get in every Google phone. After a nice walk, I like to find a comfortable place to relax and check out my emails, Twitter, and Instagram. Gotta keep up with my friends, followers, and seeing and replying to all of your comments. Also, I have to say, the haptic feedback of the phone is amazing. I don't think I've ever used a phone with haptic feedback this good. It's so satisfying to type on it. If you're into ASMR or just a tactile person in general, you will like that about the phone. Although the phone screen comes just with a 60Hz display, it's another area Google had to cut corners. I'll be honest, it is a slight setback from the 90Hz and the 120Hz screens, but when I think about the amount I paid for this phone, I'm quickly willing to forgive Google. Also, after you give it a few days, you tend to get used to the 60Hz refresh rate, just like we all did a few years ago. Design-wise, I really like the size of the Pixel 6a. I have taken a liking to phones that feel comfortable with just one hand. The 6a comes with a screen size of 6.1 inches and also lighter in weight, which contributes to the comfort of using it in one hand. It's a bit plasticky on the surface, but the quality of holding it in the hand still feels natural and comfortable. The phone is IP67 dust and water resistant, but don't be taken aback just because it is not an IP68 rating. The only difference between the two is that one can be dropped in water up to 1 meter, while the other one with a higher rating can be dropped to up to 1.5 meters. I don't think this will be an issue if you're careful with your phone.
This slight difference in IP rating does help companies cut cost, and if that means saving more money in my pocket, I think I'm all for it.
You also get a full HD OLED screen just like the Pixel 6, not the Pro, which is sharp. Honestly, if I didn't know the specs any better, side by side with the iPhone 13 Pro, I probably wouldn't see much of a difference. My only other small criticism of the 6a is the power button and the volume button are too close together. Maybe I just have fat fingers.
I think I'm just craving for a smoothie right now, so let's get one. Hey Google, where can I find a smoothie?
To the Mocha Madness. Yeah.
Hey Google, set a 30-minute timer to stand up.
By the way, I heard many have complained about the inaccurate fingerprint sensor of the phone, but so far in my week I have used it, I haven't noticed any issue unlocking my phone with my fingers. It only works with my right thumb that is registered. The one thing to really appreciate about the Pixel phones is the clean Android experience you get from it. No bloatware and no unwanted overbearing skins. If you are used to iPhones because you like how simple and practical they are to use, the Pixel phones are the closest you all get if you're considering to switch to an Android. The Pixel 6a doesn't compromise with the Google experience. Remember, Google wants you to own a Pixel for the experience first, then the specs come next, even if you're considering a budget Google phone.
Hey Google, add bananas to my grocery list.
Okay, bananas on your list called grocery. Anything else?
Oat milk.
Sure, oat milk. Anything else?
Feta cheese.
Feta cheese. Got it. What else?
Tomatoes.
In terms of overall performance, the Pixel 6a has been good for most of the time I've used it. Not groundbreaking in any sense, but still good though. Pixel 6a comes with the same Google Tensor chip found in the 6 and the 6 Pro. Unfortunately, the 6 and the 6 Pro have experienced software bugs ever since their release, It's a new processor, and it would be unfair to have a flawless expectation for tech that is very new. There have been a lot of software updates to fix the bugs in the last 6 months, but I'll be lying if the performance of the Pixel 6a wasn't bothering me. In the first few days of owning the Pixel 6a, I did experience the phone heating up really hot. It has gotten better after a few days of having it though. I am assuming a lot had to do with the initial setting up of the apps and syncing of data on the phone that puts strain on the tensor chip. Occasionally, I do notice overheating when the phone is charging. Stop. Another issue that bothers me is when open apps restart when you switch back and forth between apps after a few minutes. When I'm traveling by train, each time I have to present my e-ticket, the app restarts. Though, if I were to give anyone a chance to fix these issues when it comes to software, I would count on Google. I think the phone will only get better the longer you stick with it.
Hey Google, show me a recipe on avocado toast.
I need to get back to my desk to finish doing some research for my next video, which is going to be on the Tesla Model 3. While I'm at my desk, I enjoy streaming a few tech videos on YouTube because there's so much of tech to learn about every day. Okay, let's just cut the BS. Let's just say tech makes me happy and curious. Then again, I'm missing the wireless charger that would keep my phone charged while streaming. Because of the lack of wireless charging and the opportunity to charge it sporadically throughout the day like other phones, the 6A will tend to drain faster than its competition with the same battery specs. Something to give a thought to. I think it is the right time to talk about the battery performance as I get closer to the end of my day. I think the battery life is good. It has proven to be an all-day phone. I never judge a phone's battery simply during the first week, and there's a reason for it. Because it is new, I tend to spend more time using it to try out everything the phone has to offer. This increases the usage of the phone and drains the battery faster than I would usually do on a day-to-day basis. But it's around 8 p.m. and I still have 39% of battery left. But I've had days when I ended the day with just 10%. I'd like to say that is decent. The phone does take a little more than an hour to fully charge if you happen to have an 18-watt power brick. By the way, the phone won't ship a power brick with it. Why, you ask? Because it's 2022 and every company wants to join what Apple started, and that is cut costs wherever you can. I decided to pick the Anchor Power Brick, which is an inexpensive $20 compact option if you want to consider buying one. I will make sure to link it in the description below. Let's review everything I liked and disliked about the phone. You also have to put into context that the phone is just under $500. I don't like that it doesn't offer wireless charging. I also don't like when the phone overheats. And I don't like how the power and volume buttons are close to each other. I can also go on and start picking on specs other phones offer that this phone doesn't have, like the IP68 rating or the 90Hz or 120Hz displays. But bringing back the context that this is a phone that costs under $500, you cannot expect it to have top of the line specs at this price. What I like about the phone, I like that you get the same level of experience from Google that you get with the Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. Even the camera performance is the same you get from every Pixel phone, minus the telephoto lens of course. I'm impressed with the battery life of the phone as well. But the most impressive part of this phone is of course its price. While it's about half the price of many flagship phones, the quality and performance is still very good. I can already tell this phone will last me a few good years. So what's my verdict about this phone? I did say you never buy a Pixel for just its specs. Google wants you to buy their phone for the Google experience. And for me, there's more to buying the phone than just for the specs. Price in this inflated economy means something. Sometimes, making a smart and practical decision supersedes that of making one that is always technologically informed. There are some minor trade offs which I have to mention, but then, when I say to myself, I only spent $450 and Google even threw in these $100 earbuds for free. In 2022, that holds more than just high-end specs. For me, I would recommend this phone for anybody who is budget conscious and doesn't really want to settle for mediocre specs. Anyway, I'm gonna head off to bed soon. I know it's just 8 p.m., but I like lying in my bed on my phone for probably an hour before I go to sleep. Not a good practice, I know. But like so many people, I just can't help scrolling through my phone. This is Ben from Technologically Curious, and this is a day in the life of the Pixel 6a review. I hope you got some valuable insights from me. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button of course, and comment below and let me know if you're considering to buy a budget phone like the Google Pixel 6a. Till then, take care everyone. I'll catch you in my next video.